Chris.
Hey, sorry. I can't deal with that right now. So I don't know if you guys saw the motions from Leon County Courthouse, the docket for Donna. They came out last night. It's purely entertaining. For me, anyway. I have no respect for the woman, so. I'm Patty Wilson, and this is Patty's Playhouse. And I just came on for a moment. I'm headed to the hearing around 1:45. She's going to have a case management hearing. Another hearing was set for February 26th. And then another final pre-trial, it's 3 hours, is for May. So we'll see. Good morning, Junebug. Did everybody see Carl last night? He was so cute when he got the giggles. No, I didn't. I was home resting. My voice has been kind of weird today and yesterday. So I was resting it. Didn't want to yell at a screen. So funny. I'm sorry. Did you guys hear this? I'm sure you did. But it gets to the point of typical motion, blah, procedural. Oh, here it is. Incarceration issues. So this is Ms. Adelson is a 75-year-old female with typical medical issues of aging, exacerbated by the conditions of confinement. Hearing problems that are compounded due to a medical issue that cannot be addressed by medical personnel. The Leon County Detention Center. Prior to her incarceration, she saw an ENT every 3 to 4 months to have her. I'm going to hell. I've not read this fully, so I'm reading it with you, but I'm going to hell. To have her extremely small ear canals cleaned out with proper equipment, as general flushing will not resolve her issue. Severe pain from a pre-existing medical condition in her back and legs that cannot be relieved. Excruciating pain in her left shoulder, down her arm, and into her hand as a result of an injury received in an attack by another inmate. Within the past few months, Adelson has begun experiencing shortness of breath, I'm trying to keep it together. That has reached a level where others comment about hearing her struggle to breathe. Undersigned counsel has actually had difficulty hearing phone communications. I'm going to try. You got to keep it together, Patty. Where's my slide? Her medical issues. Miss Adelson is 75 with typical. Oh, I just increased the size on that, so it would be easier for me to read. Her breathing is so labored that it interferes with phone reception. On a visit to the medical facility unit with other inmates on February 3rd, even the medical personnel asked what the loud breathing noise was, and other inmates pointed to Adelson. Oddly enough, Adelson was having a medical visit with the doctor at the detention center prior to February 3rd. The doctor refused to even listen to Adelson's chest. That was not the reason we were here, and you will need to get another appointment with the PA. That is how it's run in the jail. On Saturday, February 1, 2025, in the early morning hours, Ms. Adelson was in the bathroom area and accidentally bumped up against a washing machine, cutting herself on a right arm of a rusted metal bar. The nurse was in the pod, so Ms. Adelson showed her to the nurse, who told her how bad it looked but said she had no Band-Aid. The nurse told her to wrap it in toilet paper so this bleeding would stop, and then to fill out a sick call form to request a Band-Aid and turn it in with the night nurse. So true. That there would be around midnight. Turning it in with the night nurse would mean she would get a Band-Aid the following morning. Unfortunately, the nurse had no sick call forms for Adelson to complete, so there was no way to make a request. Finally, on Sunday morning, February 2nd, 10 a.m., a sergeant sent a Band-Aid down. I should have read this through. Sent a Band-Aid down for Miss Adelson and also provided sick call forms. Adelson filled out requesting that each of her medical issues, including the cut, be addressed. On February 3rd, Miss Adelson was finally taken to the medical unit. Her wound was cleaned and she received a tetanus shot. All is well with the world. Candy with these people. Because of breathing, okay, that's the same thing where I need 7. Ms. Adelson needs medical care. So sorry. That simply cannot be obtained at the detention facility. She needs an appointment with an ear, nose, and throat specialist, an orthopedist, and a physical therapist at a minimum. If she remains incarcerated, the defense will need to prepare motions to seek Ms. Adelson to receive the care outside of the Leon County Detention Center and obtain a court order for each appointment to be scheduled, which would then require jail personnel to transport Adelson to her appointments. Obtaining proper medical care will result in the hardship of the detention center. Yeah, they're doing it for the team. That's why they're asking for all this. They're doing it for the team. Now, for the worst part, it is impossible for Adelson to engage in attorney-client privilege communications via phone communication while incarcerated in the county detention center. Within the pod, there are more than 60 other inmates having the opportunity to listen to her side of the conversation. It's difficult, at best, for attorneys to hear Adelson when she speaks due to the enormous amount of background noise. Because she's in a jail. Caused by static phone connection issues on the tablet and noise from the inmates in the background. Adelson has had to get onto her bed. Stop. And cover her head with a blanket. Stop. So she can hear counsel and counsel can hear her. On one recent occasion, when Adelson ended the phone call and pulled the covers over her head, there was a guard standing over her listening to her phone call. Another inmate reported that the guard stood there listening for several minutes. Once Adelson ended the call, the guard proceeded to search all of Adelson's items and discarded the headphones she uses to listen to the recorded materials related to her case. They ain't playing, dude. They don't play. Her lack of sleep. She is in it to win it. The schedule maintained for providing food and medication to the inmates, this is interesting, at the Leon County Detention Center results in Ms. Adelson sleeping on average 2 hours each 24-hour period, and many times less than that. So she's going on an hour a day over the last year. Nighttime medication is 11:30 to 1. Sleep commences after inmates quiet down. Awaken for breakfast at 3:30. Told y'all. Lay awake in dark on bed until lunch served 9:30. Whose fault is that? Lay awake in bed until lights on. Possibly leave bed and walk around in circles for exercise depending on who the guard is. Dinner served back on bunk until nighttime. Where is all her art? Where is her teaching the inmates? Where is her giving back? Come on. Here it is. Physical abuse. In addition to the initial period of incarceration previously complained of to the court, where Adelson was placed in a cell with a mattress on the floor where she had to lay without clothing for more than 50 days because she said she was going to unalive herself. Adelson has been physically abused and threatened with abuse throughout her incarceration. To understand the nature of these issues, it would be helpful for the court to be aware that the shower and bathroom areas of the pods have no security cameras and are not manned with guards for the safety of inmates. One of the first acts of physical abuse by another inmate took place while Adelson was showering and was of a sexual nature. She thought she was alone in the area while she was showering when all of a sudden she felt another inmate run her hand up her entire spine from just above her buttocks to the area of her neck. The inmate asked Ms. Adelson if she liked it. I'm so sorry. And in response, Adelson, very frightened, began to scream, which caused the aggressor to leave the area. Adelson did all she could to avoid this woman during the remainder of the incarceration. Most recently, Adelson was standing in the area and facing her bunk bed. Another inmate slammed into her from behind, knocking her into the frame. It was very painful, Adelson said. When she turned around and asked why the woman had done that, the inmate replied, "Because you're a fecking killer." The most severe and frightening incident to date, however, occurred several months ago and again was in the bathroom area of the pod. Based on the records obtained, the incident occurred on or shortly before October 7th, 2024. We've had a hearing since then, by the way. Adelson was bent over, brushing her teeth with her right hand and leaning on the sink. Wait a second. That was Rashbaum's era. All of a sudden, she felt her left arm being jerked violently behind her back. As she was yanked in that direction, a much larger inmate, that's rude, told her that she knew Adelson got canteen and that from now on, she was going to get her canteen too. Adelson tried to ask why she would do that. She was told by the larger inmate, of course, you got to fat shame the inmate, that she was going to do it. Adelson was scared for her life. Now, again, this is in October, prior to the trial starting and during Rashbaum's era, and what physical harm would come to her if she didn't comply. From that point forward, the aggressive inmate was instructed Adelson what canteen packages she wanted ordered on a weekly basis. Afraid for her life, Adelson began telling her husband to order the packages. She never told her husband why, just assumed Adelson wanted the food for herself. This is rich, literally. Because the meals provided by the detention center are disgusting. After Adelson receives her own canteen, purchased through the normal jail site, she also receives the 2 separate packages from the site ordered from her husband. She keeps the additional canteen items in the area of her bunk bed, and either the aggressive inmate comes to get the items herself or sends someone else. She has a courier. She's a courier. The particular incident caused terrible pain to Adelson on the day of the incident, which was in October. She has requested medical treatment from the jail for the pain on numerous occasions, but has gotten no relief because she's in jail. It has caused excruciating pain in her left shoulder that shoots down her arm, and that sometimes she even has tingling. I am going to die right here on the spot. Since the court heard the original motion by the initial counsel, some jail staff, including supervisors, continue to take actions which can only be intended to punish Adelson. For example, inmates are provided with locked storage bins to store commissary. Adelson has been allowed 2 additional bins for her legal materials. On more than one occasion, by different officers, Adelson's legal materials have been tossed out of her storage bin, resulting in, where's that phone going? Resulting in where is it saying? She's been allowed 2 additional bins for legal materials. On more than one occasion, by different officers, Adelson's legal materials have been tossed out of her storage bin, resulting in hundreds of pages being tossed about and left out of order. Guards have commented in the presence of other inmates Adelson's perceived wealth, which led to additional requests by other inmates of the Adelson's commissary. This is long. Ms. Adelson attempted to seek medical care for her pain, shortness of breath, and other issues for several months, and her requests for appointments have been denied. That is how it is. Monday, February 3rd, when she was finally taken to the medical unit and all of her issues, including the cut, were being addressed, the PA asked about the pain in her left shoulder and arm and how it started. Adelson disclosed how she'd been attacked by a fellow inmate. Thereafter, without the knowledge of Adelson, the medical unit reported the attack to jail personnel. They have to. Within a short period of time, 2 supervisors at the jail came into the annex and told Adelson to roll up her bed and get her bins because she was being removed. They explained Adelson had done nothing wrong and took her to the room to question her about the attack. Adelson was reluctant to disclose any information because she truly feels retaliation by the aggressor and her affiliates within the jail, of which she has many that Adelson has already had to deal with. Adelson finally disclosed all of the facts, including the extortion by the aggressor, and how her husband unknowingly satisfying the demands by purchasing 2 extra packages of canteen each week, so spare Adelson of additional physical harm. From October 7th to the present, Adelson has spent $1,150 on this canteen, the large inmate. The jail supervisors advised Adelson that it was their responsibility to protect her, and the only way they can do it is to put her in solitary, otherwise known as protective custody, aka Richard Allen. That's what happened. She is only allowed outside her cell on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for 1 hour in the morning, and on Tuesday and Thursday for 30 minutes. When she is released, she has no contact with anyone else and can only use time to shower. There goes the art. Walk on the rec deck or watch TV. Other than that, she's on complete lockdown in a 6x9 room that has a bed, a toilet, and a sink. Kind of like prison, but without a roommate. The toilet is in full view of the window and the door. Duh! These freaking attorneys act like it's their first time. One was a judge. Thus, the staff of the detention facility has determined that the only way they can adequately protect Adelson from any future physical harm from the inmates is to house her in solitary. Happens all the time. Adelson is being punished for having been physically attacked. No, they're protecting her sorry self. The staff of the Leon County Detention Facility has determined that the only way they can adequately protect her is to house her in solitary. No risk of harm to the community. This is where they start asking for shit. Adelson is a 75-year-old woman. Happy birthday. With physical impediments, with no prior criminal history, and no disciplinary issues during her entire incarceration. There are no allegations that she personally engaged in any conduct herself that resulted in any harm to anyone. She is not a flight risk, except that she was. Hold on, let's see what this is about. She was a flight risk. Here goes the legal argument, which is boring to me because it makes no sense. Blah, blah, blah. Where the evidence is arguably strong enough to sustain a conviction, it's arguably impeached in substantial respects by other evidence, blah, 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 blah. It's not your first day, Zellman. And that was that. Yeah, this is all conclusion. In summary, Adelson is being held in the Leon County Detention Center awaiting trial under conditions that will result in her inability to receive a fair trial. Except all the other inmates in all the other times, the same actions were done to them. And unable to adequately participate in preparation for her defense, will show up to the jail. You don't have to just call, go there. Her health is failing. She's in constant pain. She cannot hear normal discussion, much less any reduced level speaking with counsel. And she is not receiving a fraction of the amount of sleep necessary. Wait a second. Hold on 1 second. My husband keeps calling. I'm sorry. What's wrong? I need you to stop calling. I'm at work. Okay. Are you okay? Well, I have to go. I told you. I'll call you back. All right. Bye. Get those lip readers out there. All of those bad things that happened were before she was in solitary. Now she's in solitary, protective custody. Her health is failing. She's in constant pain, blah, blah, blah. At this point, Adelson is aware that the remainder of her time leading up to and during the trial, she will be in confinement without any interaction with friendly inmates, art classes, or any other human contact. I hate to say it, but life's a bitch. And then you try to kill your, or you don't try to, you kill your son-in-law. Let me say hi to everybody before I have to go, but that was again 10/7 is before the trial would have started. She has new attorneys. They're going back in time. Even now, they're saying she's giving up food to go to the inmates, blah, blah. But now she's in solitary, so she doesn't have to give up food. You cannot have it both ways. It is the detention center and the sheriff's job to ensure her safety for trial against the state of Florida. It's Florida versus Adelson. The judge has already stated with their last hullabaloo, he has no control over the jail or how it's run. And if she has a civil rights issue, to take it down the road, as I recall, because I was there. So let me get to your comments. Hi, Patty. Are you going to do a later show? Yes. Hi, Cookie. I am. Thanks. So the hearing's at 2:30. I should be out of there by 4. I'll come back to the office and do another one. Good morning, everybody. I didn't see Carl last night because I was resting my voice. It's quite hoarse today. He was giggling. I have to go back and watch Carl giggle for sure. Hey, Nan. Hi, Rosemary. Hi, Michael. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Deanna. Hi, Will. How are you? The Rose Petal murder trial starts today. That's good. That's going to be a good one. Hey, Kay. Hi, trying to find a cure. You're going to Donna's hearing. Yes, it's at 2:30 this afternoon. And I am doing a show after. It must really suck for Donna to get what she deserves in jail. It's only going to get worse in prison. So she'll be in the medical. I bet she goes to the medical facility in the prison, which is it's no picnic, by the way. Susan Akins, hi. Elderly status shouldn't be an excuse for criminals to get away with criming. I love that, criming. She is not getting out. She is a flight risk. What about how Dan Markel felt when they took his life? Right? Seeing that gun pointed at the top of your head. Donna is a jail Karen. Get her a walker, right? She can't have a sling. She can't, probably, I don't know why they took the headphones away, but probably because they were afraid she'd strangle herself with them. Eric. Well, you haven't been to Leon County Jail. Mm-hmm. Next, she'll claim she's pregnant. She has corns on her left feet. Oh, I bet she does. Donna will probably be given a walker so she could try to get sympathy. Or just roll her in like on a wheelchair. I wonder what is wrong with her breathing, though. I hope I don't have to listen to it in their hearing. Who among us has not used... I did today. I nicked my nose with a razor. I nicked it today. And I used toilet paper as a Band-Aid because it was right here. Just make me laugh. I once had to wait 8 hours for a Band-Aid. I wouldn't wish it was better. Hey, all. Hey, all. Oh, hi, Norma. Hi, Lolly. So sweet. An ENT. Do you know who my... Do you know who my nose is? She better get tough. Oh, that's so funny. I knew an ENT named... Stop it. I gotta stop. Oh my God, that is comedy gold. Look at this thing's doing it again. Murder. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't believe she wrote that. I know an ENT named Robert Adelson. She can play a ghost. I feel like all this came from Donna's late night fantasies. Hey, Bilbo's Harry's toes. How have you been? I do have so much laughter pent up from this. Dude, this is insane. I got to get it together before that hearing now. Because Ever doesn't have it. The whole thing is nonsense. I can't wait to see her Yelp review. So funny. Whew. That is what got Carl laughing last night. All the funny comments people were making on the DA complaints. Oh, I definitely have to go to that. Does he keep his chat up so I can see the chat? Are they trying to say the jail is unpleasant? One of her attorneys was a judge. She put people in jail in the same type of experience. When was this really a sexual nature? Well, it is. I mean, if it happened, which I don't even believe, it is a molestation. But I can't even hear it. I know, the breathing is hard right now, man. Talk about hard breathing. I can't even share shower gel. Was it another geriatric inmate? Oh, yeah. She's so hot. Donna's so hot, the lady couldn't resist it. There's no cameras. Can you imagine they put cameras in the jail, in the detention center? Can you imagine what that's going to be like? I just want the judge to know there are no cameras. Can you imagine all of the civil rights lawsuit if Leon County Sheriff puts a camera in the pod shower? She cut herself on the washer. Even one of the orders her lawyer states where the evidence is arguably strong enough to sustain a conviction, she is guilty no matter what story she comes with to get bond. It is. It's a Yelp review. That was genius too. Thank you. Who can resist an Adelson? I know. I hope the judge asked when this was. The Adelsons eat their young. Her pivot. Donna's pivot. Murder says, thank goodness for Donna's self-defense skills. I'm sitting on my hands so that I don't make this camera move. I can't believe Donna's going to go with she was on vacation to Vietnam. Meanwhile, she's got Honeycutt on her screen that images there from her arrest. Fine, then keep her in solitude. That's right. So, were there wounds on her face? No. The fancy lady gets beat up. Roberta. Oh, yeah. People want the banana bread. She needs 2 extra bins. We didn't hear about extra bins for Charlie. 2 extra bins for her court paperwork. I just think that's unsafe for her. But if she requested them and got them, she got them. Larger. Where's Scott? Scott was like, hold on one second. So funny. This is so relaxing. The fancy stuff from Harvey, $1,150. And what the lady get, like 3 cans of tuna? Rashbaum should be subpoenaed and made to answer why he told Donna she could try and flee and anything else he told her while he was still Charlie's lawyer. I do not disagree. I do not disagree. His investigation either isn't up yet or they are absolutely not going to do anything about him. I have seen some when I was looking at the bar punishments that were like it took a year to do. You know those 2 attorneys here in town that molested their babysitter repeatedly? And she got out and then it went to court. One of them, Donna's last attorney, I can't remember his name. That's how bad I am. Not Rashbaum, but the other guy represented one of them. Or only one of them. But they settled out probably. And they lost their license for like 6 months. We need an animation of this minus the shower scene. Well, no. You need to include the shower scene murder and get to it. If you could do that Karen Reed car, you can do this. This is hilarious. Hi, Auntie M. How are you? You just jumped in. Where did Donna think she was staying at the Ritz-Carlton? It's jail. What did she was going to have? Champagne and caviar? Can you imagine if she actually got to Vietnam? Let's pretend she actually made it to Vietnam. And they arrested her there. We don't have extradition, but somebody would have promised them, like, I don't know, several American cars or whatever it takes to get her to be arrested, because that's all it is a bribe to the Vietnamese government. And then the Vietnamese government would have arrested her. Can you imagine a Vietnamese prison for her, what that would have been like? She should be grateful. Jibs should jab and that's funny. Good morning, Debbie Gibby. This motion reads like a parody. It really does. Especially since one of them was a judge. She wants continued privilege. Well, she's not naming names, at least that we know of, according to Shonda Knight, who is the public. She speaks on behalf of the sheriff. She's like, no name was ever given, so they couldn't do anything about it. So they're going to put her in solitary. Inmates that have cancer and are receiving treatment don't get bond to go home, unless they're in California. Paperwork out of order. Oh, dear. I mean, she has all that time. She's only sleeping an hour a day. She has all that time. And meanwhile, that sleep schedule was before she's in confinement. Now she can sleep all she wants. If she can't sleep now in confinement, you're never going to sleep. It does sound like a Lifetime movie. Inmates are like, give me everything you got or I will shuffle your paperwork out of order. I really hope he will. I certainly hope Judge Everett looks at this with the wisdom, keep her in solitary. He will. Well, he can't do anything because he's not in control of the sheriff. That's why I'm so glad they had that previous hearing where she was whining about her conditions And the head of the jail, like the chief below the sheriff, he was like, take it down the street. If you feel like you have that bad of a situation, you need to go to federal court, not county court. A little better than yesterday, but still coughing. Oh my. Wealthy prisoners have it rough. That's what they say. The eye of the needle. You know, it's hard to be rich and be in jail. Assaulted in the shower and having to rearrange paperwork is the ultimate insult. Well, if she screamed, didn't anyone else hear? I'm telling you, if they had people standing outside of a shower in the jail, it would be all bets are off. What did she think they would do? Let her go? Yes, they did, because they've got such a way with words. Donna should have known by the lack of a gift shop that she wasn't at a spa. She's not a flight risk. Her husband is 80. It didn't stop her from trying to head to Vietnam. How much of this motion is just the attorneys following through her demands? 100% of it. I mean, I'm sure they have to try. I'm glad I'm not an attorney. Sometimes I think, Patty, you should have gone to law school. And then Patty, like, there's no way you would have made it. There's no way I would have made it as an attorney. She's delusional. She has no idea still at this point how the prison system works and how the culture is. She's going to get her ass beat bad if she doesn't stop talking. No. She's not a flight risk unless she's at the airport. Well, she could be a boat risk. Oh, except she has inner ear. I almost lost it at that point. Her ear canals are too small. And all I could think of was her earlobes. Enough already. I hope the judge says she was disciplined over a spoon. It's true. She took a spoon. Don't be stealing. Everett is howling reading all this shit. I know. That's what I'm saying. I can't do it. Sorry, guys. I don't know what an ENT means. Ear, nose, and throat. Ear, nose, and throat. And her son, Robert, is an ear, nose, and throat physician. He's a surgeon. Poor Donna, the victims of her own scams and schemes. Life isn't fair. It's a true story. I love Patty. We heard you talking to your husband. Is there I can't, don't make me say it. We're all on Patty's important list, true. Hey, Patty in chat. She's in jail, not for 4 seasons. Please press like and subscribe. That's funny. Please, Liz. Please press. Please press. Yes, all inmates deserve to be safe. Oh, did you guys see Lori Vallow's motion? She's going to be a similar girl. Hold on 1 second. I've been waiting for this. Oh, handled it. Oh, bless it. Okay. Donna, imagine your surprise that money didn't save your ass from jail or taking the life of a young father who had the unfortunate connection to your psycho family. I know. Her attorneys must charge by the word. They don't even have a boilerplate for this lady. She's paying them in ramen, $1,150. That doesn't seem like a lot when you think of the cost of the canteen. I'm sure she's using her time to think about all the regrets made over a decade ago. Patty is having too much fun. I doubt that she has any real regrets, not the kind we wish she would have. She's mad at Dam for putting her in this position. Yeah. Oh, I bet she is. I bet she's blessed. She's blaming the Markels all day. I bet she is. Can she walk? Not Patty. Yeah, she can walk. Now that when they bring her in, is she coming today? Did anyone look? I gotta see if she's coming today. Hold on one second. Let me read this order. She's in Unit 5, or she was in Unit 5. Let's see what they wrote here. Unit 5. Yeah, Unit 5. They didn't. I'm just looking to see if Donna, if there is a motion to or an order to transport her. Oh, I missed this. I missed this. Hold on one second. Hold on. It says order granting defendant's motion for in-camera examination of defense investigator. Does anyone know what that is? Oh, here you go. Ooh. So remember that Robert Adelson? And we were all reading it. Like I found it and read it, and even though it said sealed on it, I did it anyway. So Everett here has, it is ordered and adjudged that the clerk of court and the office of the official court reporter shall not release or permit public access to any sealed court records. Hearing, audio, and transcript, all sealed matters are not permitted to be disclosed. That goes to all of us. Perpetuate this testimony. So I was just wondering, does anyone know what this is? Has anyone seen that? Something to do with the investigator work product under. Oh, okay. That makes sense. They needed that, I'm sure. It's what it says, defense investigator. Donna is sitting in jail planning her next scam and schemes to get herself out, including using homeless and drug-addicted inmates to stop her trial. Notice use of fancy Donna attributes to inmates. First when she was at jail in the beginning and recently one. So who the other fancy? Donna lies. She may. She could. So when they brought her in last time, it looks like she's hobbling on the TV screen. It's because she's shackled. It is the judge's order whether they're shackled coming into the courtroom or not. And she is shackled because I've watched it before where they're not shackled coming in to a Leon County courtroom. She will be there. People are on the street have never had any power, can run a wing. Those who had huge power outside can be the lowest rung and forever a fish. That's like a Hallmark card, murder. Patty, you're busy. You can leave. No, I'm good. The people who have it worse in jail are those who don't understand that all normal social pecking order is out the window. That's what I was thinking. Her earlobes. But anyway, I had a question about that. Hearing record and witnesses and exhibits. Oh, just Donna Adelson. She was only on that hearing. It still says trial set 6/3, 8:30 in the morning. God. And then here's a new case hearing. Here, it'll be on the motion to suppress, to set bond, and Arthur hearing. Here is that order. Procedural history, general facts, more medical issues. So this will be on the 26th. So she'll be in solitary until then. No risk of harm. This is a capital crime. It says, while the charge in Rodriguez, a referencing case, was not a capital crime, the rules of criminal procedure make clear that capital crimes are only treated differently if the state presents evidence that the proof of guilt is evident or the presumption is great. The showing of proof by the state is a prerequisite to pretrial bail ever being denied, except with a murder charge, it's automatic, no bail. If the court agrees bond should be set, provides the purpose of a bail determination in a criminal proceeding. Do you guys remember Charlie Adelson's Arthur hearing? It was denied. In making the determination of whether to release a defendant on bail and upon the conditions, the court is charged with considering numerous factors: the nature and circumstance, the weight of the evidence, the defendant's family ties, length of residence in the community, only by custody, only by being in jail. She can't claim she's a resident of Tallahassee outside of that. Employment history, financial and mental condition. The defendant's past and present conduct, including any record of convictions, the nature and probability of a danger which the defendant's release poses to the community, the nature and probability of intimidation and danger to victims. Her proposed conditions: electronic monitoring. She'll reside with her husband. They don't have a property here. Within Leon County, pending the outcome of the trial, with a request that the location be shared only with the court, the state, and the defense, and pretrial release. Oh, because they don't want people like me showing up at the house. Comply with the curfew, 7 p to 7 a, with the only exceptions being appointments with their attorneys for court or medical. No travel outside of Leon. Report to a pretrial release officer or whatever schedule is deemed necessary. Yeah, that's not happening anytime soon. Congratulations, Allison. That is amazing. That is amazing. Good for you. It is hilarious about her ears, YB. Now Donna wants to live in Tallahassee. Kid. But no one can know. She's so special. She doesn't want... Why is it that every other defendant and where they live is still public record, but hers would be redacted? I really appreciate Arlene offering to write to Maya on behalf of my mom, but I don't know how to reach her. Arlene W? Is that who you mean, Allison? They might think you're doxing somebody. I don't know what you mean. Oh, an email. I see what you're saying. Why are they deleting replies? I'm lost. I'm going to go back. Hi, Melissa. Oh, they will delete your replies. I have her email. I can send it to you. Or you have, yeah. I have her email. I'll send it to her. She's not going anywhere. But she wants to live with her husband. Who does that? Hi, chat. Listening from the car. You slept in. Hi, YB. Something tells me Patty can take care of herself. I have to. If we weren't packing to move, I would go to Hearing to escort Patty and stand outside the bathroom. I think I'll be fine. That's funny, though, Norma. That makes sense. Investigator work under Rashi. Wonder who they hired. Wonder what he did. It is Arlene W. She was inquiring in the comment section. I have her email. I'll forward Allison's email to Arlene. Yeah, you can always email me. It is Patty with a Y is funny at gmail.com. You're welcome. Anything to help, Allison. Well, that's it for now. I'm going to be back around. I don't know if I have to pick up a love seat for Scott or not, but if I have to pick up a love seat, it'll be a little bit later. That is the email. Thank you, Debbie. And I can give you Allison's, but I'm going to go in and share Allison's email right now to Arlene, so I don't forget. But anyway, I'll see you all around 4:30, 5 o'clock. Yeah, if you put your email on your YouTube channel, Allison, like I do, it'll be easier. Donna doesn't like facing the reality of her consequences. Well, none of us do. I mean, there is that reality. None of us like facing consequences. Hi, Eric. Bye, Eric. Thank you all so much. Hi, Anne-Marie. Cat Lady. Bye-bye. Oh, you can join me for moral support. You want to go down? I'm going to be down there about 1:45. If you can make it, come on by. Text me, Rebecca. Take care, everyone. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.